Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu and this is Whitewash Cove for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic, another scenario from Blazing Empire HD. This muddy but very famous park on a lake needs to earn a bit more from the food stalls in it, or else the big food company that promised you a good amount of money won't happen. Can you get your goal and get the big reward? So it should be or else the big food company, not just or else, because that sounds a lot more sinister. Your objective to achieve a monthly profit from food, drink, and merchandise sales of at least 3,400. Wow. Okay. So the lake looks nice. We'll say that. Okay. Um, we're charging for entry then. One thing, I've been waiting for another one of these scenarios to crop up because they don't come along very often. And so I'll just put it out there now. Assuming there is an information kiosk available, I'm not going to use it. At least not until we do the goal without it. Then we can use it just to see how much money we can really make. So let's have a look what we've got then. We've got some transport rides. We've got a lot of gentle rides, good selection of coasters, good selection of thrill rides, water rides, and loads of shops. And yep, there's the kiosk. These things are going to be handy as well. So as I said then, we're not going to use this kiosk. Let's have a look what shops we've got. Okay, we've got seafood stall and nothing else. Right, cool. Let's have a look at this. Wow, that's a big loan. And yeah, we're up to the maximum, so we can't take any money out. So yeah, the easy way, like I said, the easy way would be just to plonk down an information kiosk, put the umbrellas up to £20. Once it rains, they're going to buy them. We'll probably pass the scenario quite quickly. If not, we'll get so much cash we can then put down more rides to get more guests in. And the next time it rains, we'll probably pass it. But we're not doing it, like I said. So we're going to need cash. I'm going to get rid of all these existing rides to get the cash in. Otherwise, we're going to run out of cash very quickly. And then see where we go. I think with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like my tower defense style of exit queues, exit lines. So what that means is that well, not all of them, but most of the exit lines will line up and join each other. We'll do one-way systems, pass them by loads of shops. If you're not sure what I mean, I'll show you in a second. May year 1, 364 guests in the path. So I've turned on the green text where guests give me cash, just to make it easier to see what we're earning from the shops. So the exit lines come out onto this path at the back, and then we've got no entry signs then, funneling the guests down a one-way system, past a load of shops, and then back onto the main path. One thing that we do have to watch out for with this system is overcrowding, because we're going to get a lot of guests in certain areas, and we also have to make sure that we're on the ball when it comes to zoning, handyman, things like that. Because if we get like a high intensity ride and we get a lot of sick on the path, a lot of guests are going to be walking through that sick and they're going to complain about the state of the paths. So that can really affect our rating quite quickly. So I don't think I'm going to do all of them onto the same exit path. I think I'm going to split that up and have different ones throughout the park. But that is just a way of making sure that I don't have to have as many shops whilst getting a lot of guests to walk past those shops. Because every time they walk past the shops, they are having the choice of whether they buy something or not. Another thing that's going to hinder us, because we're not doing the information kiosks, we won't have access to the park maps. So Declink did a really good video on park maps recently. And basically what they do is they enable the guests to see a little bit further ahead. So as is, without that, they can see a few junctions ahead. With that, with the map, they can see a bit further ahead, and they can target specific rides and things like that. So this is going to make it a little bit more tricky for us, but we should be fine. October, year 1, we've got less guests than we had before. Profit less than 200. Okay, so we've got a coaster. I ran out of cash, so I had to just make it quite simple. and bring it back to the station. It was going to be a lot better than this, but yeah, it's I haven't named it yet. Good stats though. But once I do make it more exciting, it'll look a lot cooler. So we've got the entrance for that just down here on the main path. It goes underground all the way along here, there, and then it spews the guests out onto this path at the back. So there's some litter just there. So I need to zone some workers. Otherwise, we're going to get a lot of people walking across that, and they're going to complain about that. So as I said, we've run out of cash. We're up to the limit. So what I've done is I've done the maze trick. So let's turn off this. So what happens is the guest walks in, they go through that, they come out, they fall into the ground. It would be typical that no one's doing that at the moment. Let's have a look. There you go. They fall down into the void, they disappear, and then a new guest spawns to take their place. And then we get money from when they're coming in. So if you look at the park entrance tickets, so last month I wasn't doing, or August I wasn't doing that. September I was. Massive increase in cash, and that's going to fund our expansion. Yeah, speaking of which, let's get on with it. October, year 2, and look at all this rain. It's been raining a lot. If we'd have used umbrellas, we'd have passed this a long time ago. So rating, still struggling, but I've used all that extra cash to improve to increase the length of Twisty and improve the overall stats. It's good stats on that. Guess loving that. And then over here, then we've got vertical drop coaster. Again, I'm going to improve this, add a few loops or something. But for now, this is pretty good. Called Dropkick. So yeah, I got a little path as well from the main path up to the exit path, just in case any of those guests want to wander down. This warning about the exit on the mazes is very annoying. It works with the mazes because they don't break down, so you don't need to zone a mechanic to fix them. Same with the crooked house. You can do it with that as well because that doesn't break down. But let's have a look. How much are we making? £286 last month from profits. So if you think of it, so we need to have over 3,000, was 3,400 profit. So we've got about 300 now with 300 guests. So if we can aim for around 3,000 guests, we should be fine. And we've got plenty of space around the park. I've decorated the little bridges there, rejigged the paths slightly as well, make it a little bit easier for the guests to navigate. I'm probably going to change that path right in the middle there at some point. But yeah, oh, look at all that litter. Anyway, the money's flowing. I'm increasing the rides that we've got one by one as we go. Having a ton of fun, and that's the main thing. So hopefully you are too. October, year 3, and I've extended Dropkick, vertical drop coaster. So we've got a couple of loops. There you go. It's pretty cool. And we've got a go-kart track as well. And we've got a couple of swinging inverter. Oh, hang on. Hang on. What's going on there? What's going on there? Oh. Nightmare. Right, okay. So that's the sort of thing that'll come back and bite you if you're not careful. And as you can see, I completely missed that bit. So maybe I was trying to delete some scenery or something and I accidentally deleted a bit of path. That would have completely tanked my rating. And all those guests would have got so fed up that they would have just instantly left the park, which wouldn't be terrible because then more guests will come in. But it's not good at all. So just over here then, we've got the splashboards. And it comes up, drops down, and then we've got another station, and then that one goes up, comes down, and comes back. So we've got basically 2 rides in one, and then we've got an exit path this side. Need to sort out that litter, and so I'm going to join this exit path up with some rides at this point, and then over this side, I'm going to join this exit path up with this. I'm just getting distracted by the mess that I've left. See, I'm just so focused on building, I just completely forget about the little details like zoning workers and things like that. Yeah, so I'm probably going to do another exit sort of system over here, and then anything here I can probably join on to this side. But yeah, we're doing well. We've repaid half of the loan, so that's pretty cool. £542 profit last month, so we're getting there. We are getting there. We were getting in half that when we had half the guests. So it is generally the more guests we get, the more money we're going to get from food and drink. So I reckon that 3,000 guest target, that's probably about right. Maybe a little less. We'll have to wait and see. October, year 4, 1,100 guests in the park and just under 1,000, 814 last month. So, we're on track. We're increasing it steadily. And we're building out the park. It's looking pretty cool. We've got an enterprise just there. And we've also got, we've got the little shops there. You see them? Specs and balloons and hats. And then we've got one of these river rapids just here. Cool. Guests loving that. Not great stats, but it doesn't matter. All we want is to get as many guests onto the exit path as possible and then exit through the gift shop. That's what they always say, isn't it? And then we've got a Wooden Wild Mouse just over here, or Wooden Wild Mine Ride. Haven't named that yet. Did I name? I showed you some. I didn't name them. So we've got Whitewater Washout is the name of the splash boards. And then this one, I think I did show you that, Twisty. What else have we got over here? I didn't bother naming the go-karts. I don't think, just go-karts. Yeah, that's right. So we've got the 3D cinema and we've got that still to name. They're exiting onto this. One thing you do have to be careful with is when you're zoning the mechanics, you've got to make sure that you zone all the path so that they can get into that exit, so they can inspect and repair the rides. Otherwise, they'll break down. It's not the end of the world because with this scenario, we're not so focused on the actual rides and things, but it is going to hinder our profit from shops and stuff if we can't get the guests on the rides and then out through the gift shops. Yeah, so we're doing well. We've researched pretty much everything. I started off researching shops, then we did thrill rides, and now I've just kind of left it. So I'm probably going to target it onto roller coasters and gentle rides, so we're not wasting our time with the scenery. So we'll do that now, and yeah, just see what comes out. October, year 5, 1,780 guests in the park, 1,800 last month from shop sales. So there is definitely a correlation there. We've got Lake Plunge here, water coaster. I've gone for like the really long, what do you call it, station there, which I don't normally do, but I figured with something like this is quite low capacity, it would be beneficial. And then we've got a motion simulator just down there. Again, they're all exiting up. Got some sick there, need to sort that out. So annoyingly, you can't do like an S bend or the other types of bends with the water track. So I had to add this little bit that comes out. But there, I probably could have added an S bend or some sort of turn up here somewhere. But, I just went for this. So what else have we got down here then? So we've got some more stalls and things. We've got a top spin just there. I've left a gap there. So you see, so we've got the cash machine, we've got the toilet. I've left a gap for where I'm going to put the kiosk. In some places where I've done that, I've coloured the ground with like the gravel effect. It's like as like a visible note for myself. That's where I'm going to put kiosks. So my plan is we're going to beat the goal without the kiosks, and then we're going to put down a load of kiosks and then wait for it to rain and see how much money we can really make. And then just over here then, we've got Bug Bash Junior Roller Coaster. Good stats. Goes up. What I've done with this is I've put a booster piece just after the chain lift, just to make it a bit faster downhill. There's chain lift, or it's not really chain lift on these. This is like booster wheels on these, like sort of these up sections. It doesn't really affect it. It's hardly noticeable, to be honest, but it just makes it a little bit quicker. And then, so that exit, that joins up with this one down there. Sick everywhere, as is customary at the moment. So I am decorating some of the exit paths with roofs and things just to make the no entry signs a little bit less easy to spot because they are quite ugly. I'm going to get rid of these mazes. Now we've got so much cash. We've paid off the loan. We're making good money each month. We're probably not going to earn as much money from entry, but we will end up making more money off shop sales because we're going to have more guests in the park once I get rid of these, because we won't have guests mysteriously disappearing. Like that guy. Cool. October, year 6. And we've got 1,650 from food and drink profits. We've got a train just there, choo-choo. It comes up, it interacts with the junior coaster, comes round, interacts with the floorless coaster, which I'm going to tell you about in a second, and then comes back. And why is that? Oh, there you go. I rejigged it slightly and forgot to put it back open. So then this one here, there's like a water tower. This is because obviously they're steam trains, and steam trains need water. And if you're wondering how it fills up with rain, then there's guttering and filters and things. But also we take water from the lake as well. See, there's planning. I haven't just made it up. And then just over here, then we've got. Oh, I haven't named it. So I've still got to name this one. But yeah, great stats on it. Comes down. We've got a cobra roll, sidewinder, corkscrew, loop, and then we've got barrel roll, heartline roll, and then back to the station. Guests loving that. So I haven't got that joined up with any of the other queues. I've just got some hat stall and balloons just there for that. We didn't have a t-shirt stall, so that's a bit annoying. As you can see, I've got rid of the mazes. I'm going to have to do something about the overcrowding on this side. That's not great. Because if you look at this path here, look at this section here, really crowded. And then if we look over this side, yeah, overcrowded. But over here, not quite as many. So we do need to spread the love around the rest of the park. August, year 7. Now, we are very close. So I don't know if we're going to pass it at the end of this month. So if you look, it's 27th of August, so a few more days to go then. We've got 2,100 from shop sales. We've got 1,367 from that, but we've got 700 to take off. So it's going to be close. It's going to be close, probably around 2008, but I just thought I'd step in and record just in case we end up doing it. So let me show you what we've got then. We've put a bridge just over here, so the guests can walk up on here, and then this little island here, I'm going to call it the Byland, B-U-Y, island, land, because you can buy things. So there's a one-way system around there for guests to buy stuff from. And then just over here, then guests come off, and there's a one-way sign there. So no entry sign there. So guests can't come this way. They can only go that way. Just a way of forcing guests from this side over to that side as well. So that's pretty cool. Adds some more shops and some fences. It's September, so we obviously didn't complete the goal. Oh, look at that. 3,152. We need 3,400. So we're very close. I've put fences and things around. There's that gravelly type flooring that I mentioned before. So we'll put a kiosk, an ATM, and a toilet down there at some point. And we'll drop some down here on the corners, that sort of thing. So we're really close now. Charging £40. Got a maze there. This is a safe maze. It won't disappear if you go on that maze. I figure we're so close now, we could probably go around and maybe tweak. Don't know why I've got on pause. Well, we can probably tweak. I still haven't named that. I need to name that. This is on my to-do list. I guess easily distracted. So I think we're so close now. We're either going to pass it just by it naturally increasing month on month, or what we can do is maybe tweak the pricing on things So at the moment, we're charging £3 for umbrellas. That's probably the maximum. We're charging £2 for drinks. Maybe we can charge a bit more. Donuts and things. With these, I usually charge £1 profit per item. So there's £1 profit on that. Probably something like these. There you go, candy floss. So there you go, £1 profit on. Maybe I can charge £2 for those. That might boost things up. On-ride photos, does that count? Maybe I can increase those as well. Oh, I'm showing you this new edition. So we've got an inverted coaster just here. Hang time. Good stats comes up. I did this much and I was like, I've kind of boxed my way in here. So it's quite a short coaster. It drops down, interacts with these rides over here, a little inline twist, and then back to the station. Nobody thinking about that at all. It's probably because we haven't got maps. And it is a shame that you can't put down a kiosk and disable the ability to sell umbrellas. I suppose what we could do is we could sell them at cost price, and therefore we won't make a profit off them. But then that defeats the point of me beating it normally and then adding down the umbrellas to see how much we can make from that. So yeah, let's just run it on fast forward a second, just see if we're gonna beat it this month. I mean, I can't imagine we will. We're on less than 1,000 for shop sales, less than 1,000 on halfway through the month, and that's not even taking into account the minus that we got to take off. So yeah, we won't do it this month. But yeah, I just thought I'd drop in just to give you a quick update, and I was a little bit worried that we were going to complete the goal. Look, a little space there for a kiosk. We've got the foundations in place ready, so we can, once we could complete it, we can just drop in a load of kiosks and things and beat that. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to just go around, just add in trees and things like that. Maybe the odd shop here and there, making some of these exit lines a bit nicer. We're pretty much done for the park. We've got pirate ship there. The exit line goes underground and joins up just up there. I think I'm done as far as adding rides, because we're very close now. The guest numbers are only going to increase. Spiral slide, dodgems, just there. Some more shops as well. So we are going to beat this. If not this year, it'll be next year. 1st of March, year 8. If you look at last month's profit from food, drink, and merchandise sales, £572. So that's because I had an idea. For October, then, I closed all of the shops. So no one's been able to buy any merchandise or any food or any drink for a whole month. So I'm hoping that means that we get more sales this month. So we've had some sales, obviously, the 572. That, I would presume, is down to on-ride photos. So if we go in and we open everything up and then not just hit play, but hit fast forward, we should start seeing all of those sales. So we need profit. So that will be shop sales plus food drink sales minus shop stock and minus food drink stock. So I reckon we're going to need, by halfway through the month, we're going to need about 1,500 each, roughly. 1,500 for the first one. We're not far. We're not far off. So whilst doing this, I've just plonked down a few trees and a few fences, that sort of thing, just to make it look quite pretty. So we're 23rd of March. So we're now up to almost 4,000. We're over 4,000. Can't speak. Over 4,000. We've got a minus off that. So almost 5. We're going to do this. Yes. Fantastic. Stew. So what did we end up on then? We ended up on 3,844 profit. We needed 3,400. So we beat it by over £400. Cool. But how much can we make by putting down umbrella stalls? So what I'm going to do then, as you can see, the rain's going to start coming. I'm going to put down some, maybe close all the shops again. Close all the shops again. Put down kiosks and things like that. And then how about in May, we give her a real crack? Okay, it's the 1st of May and I've put down a load of information kiosks and souvenir stalls. So last month we actually made 2,000 and I was trying to work out why. And it was because I've accidentally opened one of the information kiosks. So if we can make 2,000 from just one, then we can make a huge amount once they're all open. So let's open all those. Let's open all the other shops again. And let's see what happens. Yeah, all those hungry guests can now buy food. We need some rain. We need some rain. May does have 31 days, so a good month to try it in. Should be quite wet as well. Watch that, we'll have the hottest May on record. It's okay, we can crack on in June. So I've put the map price up to £1. So, or £1.10, they should pay that. Yep, they're paying that. Wow. Just one bit of rain, that's all we need, one bit of rain. So we've already smashed the goal then, just with the addition of map sales and cuddly toys from the souvenir stalls. Charging £3.50, I believe, for the cuddly toys. Let's have a look. £3. There you go. So it didn't rain in May. Wow. Scenes. Let's try June then. Just need one bit of rain. One bit of rain so we can get that umbrella cash. We got 2,300 guests in the park and none of them own an umbrella. So all we need is one little bit of rain. For science. Yes, so 6,800 last month in profit, solely from, well, not solely from, but that extra was from all the guests that don't have a park map and were buying it for the first time. Are we going to get any rain in June? It is just typical that the moment I decide to record, we get the longest period of sunshine that we've had so far, and there is some rain on the horizon. Hopefully that'll go into July. Wow, yeah, you can't hear it, but you can see it. You can see all those 20s. 4th of July, there you go. And we've already done 10,000 from the umbrella. Oh no. We need some more rain. We need like a prolonged thunderstorm. So I have put kiosks and souvenir stores and things in the ride exit lines. Probably more noticeable over here. So all the guests that are on the rides, as they're coming off it and it's raining, they will pass by kiosks and things like that to get those extra umbrella sales. $24,000. Wow. There you go. Look at that. Last month's profit from food, drink, and merchandise sales, 23,297. So look at that. Just imagine how soon we could have completed this, or how early we could have completed the scenario if we'd used umbrellas. But if we'd have done that, we wouldn't have the fantastic park that we've got now. Yeah, so this was Whitewash Cove. I am Stu. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.